Let me tell you something. When you're chosen, when you're set apart, when there's a calling on your life, you ain't gonna have a crowd walking with you. A chosen woman always walks alone. When a woman is chosen, she is not designed to blend into the crowd. She is different, set apart, and her presence carries something unique. From the moment she steps into a room, there is something about her that makes people take notice. It's not always about how she looks, what she wears, or even what she says. It's about the energy she carries, the confidence in her walk, the purpose in her eyes. She doesn't follow trends, she sets them. She doesn't move with the masses, she creates her own path, and because of that, she stands out whether she wants to or not. Being set apart is not always easy. People often misunderstand her, question her choices, and even criticize her for not conforming. When everyone is going one way, she finds herself going another. While others settle for comfort, she seeks growth. Where most choose to stay silent, she speaks up. She has a mind of her own, a vision that extends beyond the present moment, and a heart that refuses to accept mediocrity. This is what makes her different. This is what makes her chosen. From a young age, she realizes that she doesn't quite fit in with the crowd. She sees the world differently. While others are focused on fitting in, she is drawn to things that challenge her, that make her think, that push her to evolve. She finds joy in standing on her own, not because she wants to be alone, but because she knows she was made for something greater. While others seek validation, she seeks purpose. While many fear standing alone, she embraces it. There is a weight that comes with being chosen. It means walking a path that others don't always understand. It means making sacrifices that most people are unwilling to make. It means standing firm when the world tries to shake you, believing in yourself when no one else does, and trusting the process even when the road is unclear. She understands that being different is not a weakness, it's her greatest strength. People will be drawn to her, but not everyone will be able to handle her presence. Some will admire her from afar while others will try to bring her down. There will be moments when she questions why she has to be different, why she can't just take the easy route like everyone else, but deep down she knows that she wasn't built for average. She wasn't designed to follow, she was made to lead. She doesn't compete with others because she knows her only competition is herself. She doesn't compare her journey because she understands that her path is unique. While others chase temporary success, she is focused on building something lasting. She isn't concerned with pleasing everyone because she knows that true fulfillment comes from staying true to herself. No matter where she goes, her presence commands attention. Not because she seeks it, but because she carries something undeniable. She is proof that standing out isn't about being noticed. It's about making an impact. Loneliness is not just an experience for a chosen woman. It is part of the process that shapes her into who she is meant to be. When she begins to walk in her purpose, she notices that the people who once surrounded her start to fade away. The conversations she used to enjoy no longer interest her. The places she once loved to visit feel unfamiliar. She finds herself in a space where she is moving forward, but the company she once had is no longer moving with her. This can be confusing at first, but with time, she realizes that this loneliness is not a punishment, it is preparation. A chosen woman is often called to walk a path that few will understand. She sees things differently, thinks beyond the present moment, and carries a vision that requires her to separate herself from the ordinary. This kind of mindset creates distance between her and the people who are comfortable with staying the same. They may not say it out loud, but deep down, they feel her growth and it unsettles them. Some will try to hold on to her, asking why she has changed. Others will walk away because they realize they can no longer relate to her journey. Either way, she finds herself standing alone, forced to rely on her own strength. This solitude forces her to confront herself. When there is no one around to validate her, she learns to find validation from within. When there is no one to encourage her, she becomes her own source of motivation. She begins to understand that being chosen means being separated, not because she is better than others, but because her purpose requires it. There are lessons she can only learn in isolation, wisdom she can only gain in silence, and strength she can only develop when she has no choice but to keep going on her own. The loneliness of a chosen woman is not just about losing people. It is about gaining clarity. When she is alone, she hears her own thoughts more clearly. She is not distracted by the noise of others' opinions or the expectations society tries to place on her. She starts to understand herself on a deeper level, recognizing what truly matters to her. This is where she grows the most, where she discovers her resilience, her power, and her ability to stand firm even when no one is standing beside her. Many people fear loneliness because they associate it with weakness. But a chosen woman understands that it is in her loneliness that she becomes the strongest. She does not need to be surrounded by people to feel valuable. She does not seek constant approval to know she is on the right path. Instead, she walks forward with faith, knowing that this season of solitude is necessary. It is preparing her for something greater, something that requires her to be solid on her own before she can lead, inspire, or uplift others. Rejection and doubt are unavoidable for a chosen woman. The moment she decides to step into her true calling, she will notice that not everyone will support her. Some will question her abilities, others will dismiss her dreams, and a few will even try to convince her that she is not good enough. This is not because she lacks potential, but because she carries something they do not understand. People are often uncomfortable with what they cannot define, and a chosen woman refuses to fit into a box. When she starts walking a different path, the rejection comes from the places she least expects. Friends she once trusted no longer stand beside her. Family members who once encouraged her begin to doubt her choices. The people she thought would celebrate her success suddenly become silent. At first, this can be painful because she wonders why the ones closest to her cannot see what she sees. She questions herself, wondering if maybe they are right, but deep down, something keeps pushing her forward. Doubt does not only come from others, it comes from within. There will be days when she looks in the mirror and wonders if she is making the right decision. She will hear the voices of those who told her she would fail. She will remember the times she tried and did not succeed. The weight of expectations and past disappointments will try to convince her that maybe she is aiming too high. But a chosen woman does not give in to doubt. She feels it, she acknowledges it, but she does not let it control her. People reject what they do not understand, and they doubt what they have never seen before. When a chosen woman carries a vision that is different from the norm, it is natural for others to question it. They will ask why she cannot just follow the usual path. They will compare her journey to others and tell her she is making a mistake. But she knows that her path is not meant to look like anyone else's. She understands that the very thing people doubt about her today will be the reason they admire her tomorrow. Rejection is not a sign that she is on the wrong path. It is proof that she is on a path meant only for her. If she were doing what everyone else was doing, there would be no resistance. If her dreams were small, no one would feel the need to question them. But because she is chosen, because she is set apart for something greater, she will always face opposition. She learns to embrace it, to use it as fuel rather than discouragement. The rejection becomes a lesson in resilience, and the doubt becomes a reminder that she is moving in a direction others are too afraid to go. A chosen woman does not wait for people to approve of her journey. She does not let rejection define her worth, and she does not let doubt dictate her steps. She keeps moving, knowing that every great story begins with someone who refused to give up, despite the voices telling them they should. When a chosen woman begins to grow, she notices that certain people start to drift away. Some leave quietly, while others make it clear that they no longer support her. At first, this can be confusing. She wonders what changed, why relationships that once felt strong now feel distant. But over time, she realizes that this is not a coincidence, it is intentional. God removes people from her life for a reason. Not everyone is meant to go where she is going. Some people were only meant to be part of her journey for a season. They played a role, served a purpose, and taught her lessons. But when their part in her story is over, God moves them aside. It is not always easy to accept, especially when the people leaving are ones she thought would always be there. But God sees what she cannot. He knows who will help her grow and who will hold her back. He knows who is genuinely for her and who only pretends to be. Sometimes she tries to hold on. She reaches out, hoping to restore connections that have started to fade. She wonders if she did something wrong, if she could have done something differently. But the more she tries to bring certain people back into her life, the more resistance she feels. This is because their removal was not a mistake. It was necessary. If she keeps looking back, she will miss what is ahead. Growth requires space. As she steps into her purpose, she cannot afford to carry people who are not meant to walk with her. Some will not understand her vision. Others will be intimidated by her progress. A few may even try to discourage her, not because they truly doubt her, but because her growth forces them to confront their own lack of progress. God removes these people because he knows they cannot handle where she is going. There will be moments when she feels the absence of those who left. She will remember the good times, the laughter, the support they once gave, but she will also start to recognize the weight she no longer carries. The drama that used to drain her is gone. The distractions that used to slow her down have disappeared. And in that silence, she finds clarity. She begins to see who truly belongs in her life. New people will come, but only when she is ready. God does not just remove, he replaces, but he will not bring new relationships into her life until she has fully let go of the old ones that were not meant to stay. She must be willing to trust the process, to believe that every removal is making room for something better. It is not rejection, it is redirection. It is not abandonment, it is alignment. Every person who leaves creates space for something greater, something more in tune with her purpose. And when she stops questioning why certain people had to go, she starts realizing that their absence was actually a blessing in disguise. A chosen woman understands that true strength does not come from the approval of others. She does not need constant validation to feel worthy, and she does not rely on people's opinions to define her value. She knows who she is, what she stands for, and where she is going. This confidence does not come from the applause of the world, but from the belief she has in herself and the purpose placed within her. Many people seek approval because they are afraid of standing alone. They hesitate to make decisions without the reassurance of others. They shape their lives based on what is expected of them rather than what truly fulfills them. But a chosen woman does not operate this way. She moves with certainty, not because she always has the answers, but because she trusts that she is being guided. She does not need a crowd to tell her she is on the right path. She follows what she knows to be right, even when no one else sees it. Approval is temporary, but purpose is permanent. She understands that people's opinions change. One day they celebrate her, and the next they criticize her. If she builds her confidence on their validation, she will always be at their mercy. Instead, she builds her strength on something unshakable, her belief in herself, her faith, and the lessons she has learned along the way. She does not allow the fear of judgment to keep her from moving forward. She refuses to shrink herself just to make others comfortable. The journey of a chosen woman is not always easy. There will be times when she is misunderstood, when people question her decisions, when they try to convince her that she is wrong for choosing a different path. Some will gossip, some will distance themselves, and some will try to make her doubt herself. But she does not let their words shake her foundation. She knows that if she were doing what everyone else was doing, she would not be chosen. She was never meant to fit in. She was meant to rise. She also understands that strength is not about being liked. It is about being respected. And respect comes from staying true to who she is, even when it is difficult. She does not change her values to please others. She does not lower her standards to be accepted. She remains authentic, knowing that the right people will recognize her worth without her having to prove it. Many people spend their lives chasing approval, bending to every expectation placed on them. But a chosen woman refuses to live that way. She chooses growth over comfort, purpose over popularity, and faith over fear. She moves with an inner confidence that does not waver because it is built on something deeper than public opinion. Even when she stands alone, she stands strong, and in that strength, she finds freedom. A chosen woman does not walk without direction. She does not wander aimlessly, hoping to find her way. Every step she takes is intentional. Every move she makes is guided by something greater than herself. She understands that her journey is not about simply reaching a destination. It is about fulfilling a purpose. She is not just walking, she is walking with meaning, with vision, with a deep sense of knowing that she is meant for more. There are moments when the road ahead looks uncertain. She faces challenges that test her strength, obstacles that try to break her spirit. There are times when she questions if she is on the right path, especially when she looks around and sees no one beside her. But she does not stop moving. She does not let fear paralyze her or self-doubt consume her. She understands that walking alone does not mean she is lost. It means she is on a path designed only for her. Many people choose comfort over purpose. They follow the crowd because it feels safe. They seek approval because it reassures them. But a chosen woman is different. She is willing to be misunderstood, to be criticized, to be doubted, because she knows that her purpose is bigger than people's opinion. She does not need the noise of the world to validate her direction. She listens to the quiet voice within, the one that tells her to keep going, to trust the process, to believe in what she cannot yet see. Walking with purpose means making sacrifices. It means leaving behind relationships that no longer serve her growth. It means turning away from distractions that pull her off course. It means saying no to opportunities that do not align with her vision, even when they seem tempting. Every decision she makes is rooted in something deeper than temporary satisfaction. She does not chase success just for the sake of achievement. She pursues what is meaningful, what is impactful, what leaves a legacy beyond herself. There will be moments when the weight of walking alone feels heavy, when the journey seems endless, and she wonders if she has the strength to keep going. But then she remembers why she started. She remembers the dreams placed in her heart, the fire that refuses to be extinguished, the calling that will not let her rest until she fulfills it. She understands that if the path were easy, everyone would walk it. But she was never meant to be like everyone else. She was meant to stand apart. And in the end, she realizes that she was never truly alone. Every step she took was guided. Every challenge she faced was a lesson. Every setback was a setup for something greater. The loneliness she once feared became the very thing that made her stronger, wiser, more determined. She walked alone not because she was abandoned, but because she was being prepared. And when she finally reaches the place she was meant to be, she will look back and understand that every step, every sacrifice, every lonely moment was worth it.